Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Tom Cock podcast. Right off the bat, you're noticing that Tom Cock himself could not join us today, and that's because of his ongoing absence after he left the set of our blab the other day.
It's true, we haven't found him since.
And joined by the good man Sniff himself, the other faithful member of the cast. The hunt continues, but we must fulfill our obligations to record the podcast. We have a brilliant lineup for today. Rest assured, it's going to be a grand time.
You are the most awkward person I've spoken to.
Yes.
Like, why are you so awkward as a host?
Because I haven't had the host episode. He's fucking dafty.
You could at least point the camera at me.
No, I'm keeping the camera at its normal angle. Because even though there's only two of us, the camera should be kept at its normal angle. No?
I want you to zoom in on my face when I say this.
Alright.
You have to do like the actual camera zoom.
No, I don't. There you go, the camera's focused on you now, just for this episode.
You see the button that says C on it?
Yeah.
Press it.
Okay.
Is it done the zoom?
I don't know what you're on about, man.
Alright, so on today's podcast, we've each brought our own topics and we've got questions from Reddit. And we're going to start with our own topics that we've brought.
The brilliant TCP subreddit. Good video. Should I go first or do you want to go first?
Why are you speaking so quietly?
Should I go first or do you want to go first?
I might as well go first. And my topic today is the War of the Worlds. Now, the War of the Worlds is something I've become passionate about ever since I played a Garry's Mod add-on with it, with the tripods in it.
Go on.
And as everyone knows, Martian tripod aliens, the BBC have done a recent adaptation of it, which I've watched the first episode of, and my opinions of it are very much negative.
And I concur, I completely agree with your opinion, and let me tell you, as somebody who has seen all 3 episodes, Sniff, it does not improve. If anything,
Does it end the same way?
The ending is so disappointing, but I can't tell you or the viewers, because that would be spoilers. And it pisses me off that I can't talk about it. But all you need to know, you should watch it, just so you know what happens. But it is so bad.
So I'm guessing they went in a different direction than the book, considering that's what they've done on literally every aspect. Like the giant floating ball that shoots invisible lasers.
Yeah, the heat ray would have looked so much cooler as well, though.
If they had it, be a heat ray.
Like the CGI from that fucking musical. When it's done live.
Oh yeah.
Have it look like that.
I think there's another one where they actually do like puppeteering on the tripods. Like, the big cool looking tripod model. Yeah. I love that design for it so much, probably because it's the first one I was introduced to.
Actually, Sniff, do you know that there's an official War of the Worlds Discord server based for the subreddit?
Really?
Yeah, you should join it. It's fairly dead, but whenever there's a discussion there's a hell of a discussion, let me tell you. And I was talking to this one guy there who's doing animation for his education, and as soon as he's got the skills, he wants to make a how did he describe it? It was like a 2005... No, not 2005. Tim Burton inspired dark comedy rendition of The War of the Worlds. And he wanted to have the tripods looking like the 1905 illustrations where they have big googly eyes.
Oh, I absolutely love that design for them as well.
Yeah. My copy,
where they got like the weird like tentacles and that.
My copy of the original book by H.G. Wells has one of those on the front. Are you an owner of the original novel?
I don't have the actual book.
No, you should get it.
I've seen a page that has all the illustrations on it though.
Genuinely sniff. Everything else aside, genuinely just a brilliant read. It's a fairly short book. Let me actually grab my copyright.
I know I've read it.
Yes, the picture where that one. How long is it? It's like fucking 200 pages maybe, if that. So it's shorter than George Orwell's Animal Farm. Now,
You're speaking a bit away from the mic,
yeah,
but
sorry,
it's not picking up on there.
It's shorter than George Orwell's Animal Farm, but if you haven't read that,
I've not read that.
very much. You should. It's a very good book. Oh, Star the Wonder World, we're talking about books now. Brilliant. George Orwell, brilliant author. Animal Farm, brilliant book. Absolutely read it. I think it was the first thing I bought with money when I got my first job. I ordered a copy of Amazon or something. Anyway, War of the Worlds.
Yeah, there's been a lot of adaptations. I think one of the most remembered throughout history is the 1953 film. I don't like that much.
I don't even, where they're flying saucers.
I don't like the design that much. You don't look as intimidating because you can't really get a feel for the scale or something that doesn't have a leg.
Not many people remember this one, but the Xbox One game.
Oh no, I believe I know what you're on about.
Yeah,
it's the one with the really bad models
like
of the...
platformer.
Oh no, I thought you were on about this one that I saw gameplay of, where it's like a third-person shooter that looks like it was budget made. You're playing as some random person, you got like sci-fi guns and all that. There's these like weird looking, bad rendered 2005 tripods.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
It's awful. I think it's on Steam. One of the main things that I don't dislike about the 1953 film is that it completely ruins the religious undertones, the anti-religious undertones of the book.
It didn't even have any religious undertones though. Oh, it doesn't really touch on religion. In the 2005.
I'd say the book is quite anti-religious. When it comes to the priest. The version of the priest that's in the 1953 film is someone that tries to make contact with the aliens and dies a hero, in contrast to the priest who's made out to be a bit of a joke character almost, because he's just so committed to his religion that he throws his own life and everything else away. And he goes insane and dies.
You know, in the 2005 film by Steven Spielberg.
Oh yeah.
You know when they go into that guy's cellar.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the guy's name is, the crazy guy, but yeah, he has. I feel like he's supposed to be a combination of the fucking priest and the artilleryman. In somewhere.
Yeah, because the whole digging thing.
Yeah, because we'll live underground or whatever. He mentions that, and then also he has the crucifix necklace, if I remember correctly.
And his name's Harlan Ogilvy. Just a small reference to the
2005
the true hero of the book. 2005 does stray pretty hard, does stray pretty far, but it keeps the direction the same.
How do I say this? The ending of the 2005 film is more true to the book than the ending of the BBC adaptation. Take that as you will, Smith.
From my recollection, it's almost the same,
Yeah,
except there's
they die of disease.
yeah, it's spoilers for a book that came out
Like
121 years ago.
Yeah, they die of disease. Look at the birds.
Look at the goddamn birds! No shield!
There was another adaptation that came out recently alongside the BBC one. You know?
Oh, the Fox one.
Yeah, have you seen any of that?
I've not watched it, but I've heard about four-legged spider robots with machine guns.
Yeah, I swear it wasn't me who told you that.
Because it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
The Black Mirror episode. For the viewers out there, if you've seen the Black Mirror episode Metalhead, that's the aliens in War of the Worlds by Fox. Just you don't watch it. It is shit. Also, on top of that, I have another reason why it's bad. The main character, well, one of the main characters, most of them are French, and that is fucking disgusting.
Oh my fucking god. That's actually unbelievable.
I mean, you can't say that's an upside though, because it means lots of French people die. Okay, we should move on to something else about War of the Worlds. The album.
Oh, the album's absolutely phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the best adaptations. I mean, the way that it adapts Thunderchild, however, I mean, it's a great song, but the way that it's told in the story,
I mean,
kinda.
Thunderchild used to be my favourite song in there, but as of recently, I was more shifting towards the fucking Brave New World.
Because it follows the same character. He makes his way to London, and then he runs away from London, and then decides to just go back. In the original book, it's the main character's brother who's in London. And he actually gets away on the boat. We don't hear much about him after that, but
I don't believe I've ever heard your take on this, but what's your opinion on the 2011 remake?
it's alright.
Yeah. I think in some
I mean, it's not
cases-
Richard Burton. Is that his name, the voice?
Yeah, it's got fucking Liam Neeson instead and Gary Barlow and shit.
Liam Neeson's not as good as the original voice, but he still has a very similar effect.
Sometimes there are a few cases where the original album wins hands down, right? The chances of anything coming from us. In the original, that's way better than in the new generation, as it's called. But Brave New World, The Spirit of Man, maybe Thunderchild, they're better in the new generation, I think. But hey, I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Very good album. It was a very weird concept at the time when he was making that, surely though, like, I'm gonna make an album based on the story of a, like, nearly 100-year-old book. Like, that must have been a weird concept at the time, right? Well, it still is a kind of weird concept, because you don't exactly see that very often, do you?
No, you don't.
Actually,
Originally it was going to be a small-scale project, but it just got bigger and bigger.
Actually, you know Jeff Wayne, the guy who made it?
Yeah.
When I did research on it, if you go on Spotify, for example, you see that's the only thing that shows up, the War of the Worlds, under his name. He actually made a second thing based on another story, but it's very hard to find. He actually tried to do War of the Worlds, but with Spartacus. If you know. And word on the street, I think I listened to the first song, got bored, and the general consensus is it's bad. So I've never listened to the rest of it. Now, my theory goes that because it was so bad compared to War of the Worlds, he just gave up and relied on War of the Worlds, which, I mean, maybe gave up's the wrong term. I don't know.
Have you heard, at least heard of the other two films from 2005?
One of them's the fucking Chinese one, right?
No, they're both Western.
There's some
One of
shit
them,
where they've got like 6 legs instead.
yeah, the one of them's got where they've got 6 legs, and there's a sequel to that which I tried to watch, but like it's basically just a bunch of random people. Like the opening minutes, just a bunch of random people standing around, and then big fucking tripods just drop down from the sky, and that's it.
The disaster movie.
I just stopped watching
The
it.
disaster movie War of the Worlds bit's probably better than that.
Like, I have watched The Great Martian War 1913 to 1917. That's good.
War of the Worlds
can.
Goliath. Animated in
I've
an
not seen
anime
that.
art style. Made in Indonesia, I think it was. Still a good film though. Very interesting. I like the dynamic between, I can't remember the characters, but because the humans have tripods in this world, because there's on a second invasion, because they reversed engineered technology and they have their own shittier tripods. Like, the tripod that the story focuses on, like, the main character is English, and, like, one of the, like, the engineer, I think it is like, Irish, and you have, like, tension because of this time there was historical tension between Irish people, you know? Stuff like that's pretty
I
cool.
think I've seen like a small clip from it.
Did you see the clip where, like, it's fucking him as a kid just staring at him, like...
Yeah,
yeah.
and didn't those, like, the old tripods that the Martians come down, didn't they have, like, machine guns or something?
No, I think they were still lit. Here is.
But I remember seeing the design for, like, the more recent tripods, like the futuristic ones that they come down.
You know they don't actually look that different, right? Fucking, they don't actually look that different. Also, I was about to talk how the actual Martians themselves look in the BBC adaptation, and I remembered you hadn't seen it.
I don't think I want to know.
No, Sniff, now that you started, you have to. You have to. Nobody else.
You know, aren't the
watch it.
episodes like an hour long?
They're like 45 minutes long each, because it's free. But anyway.
I don't think I can tolerate another 90 minutes of it. You know what else you can do in 90 minutes? You can watch Perfect Blue for the
Well, you know
billionth
what,
time.
Sniff? If you don't want to watch it, after this we've done recording here, I will spend 5 minutes explaining to you what happens and why it's bad, if that's alright.
Sure.
Okay. I think we've talked about War of the Worlds for long enough. Agree? Disagree?
I haven't watched A True Story. That one was made by the same person that made the 2005 one, which is like an actual faithful adaptation, but with like low quality.
I didn't even know that one was a thing.
Yeah, I think the full name of it is H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds. And it has really weird CGI in it. And a lot of walking. Alright, this is the end of the War of the Worlds cast. What's your topic for today?
Well, my topic was the video game franchise Viva Pinata, but I don't think we'll be able to talk about it for as long as we can for the War of the Worlds.
I actually know nothing about Viva Pinata.
Oh, okay, well this should be like 5 minutes then. Viva Pinata is a gardening game.
I quit.
The original Viva Pinata game, made by Rare, people who made Banjo-Kazooie and such, was a launch title for the Xbox 360. Very good, in my opinion. Very good aesthetics, music, gameplay. It was a very comfy game, you know, the kind of game you would play at like 1 AM with the rain pattering on the window.
Lo-fi Boris wave mix.
Lo-fi pinata wave. Anyway.
If no one knows about that,
Boris
for some reason,
watch Boris Wave, watch Boris Wave, like it, subscribe to the Conservatives channel on YouTube, and also December 12th, you know what to do. Anyway.
So, the party that's currently in power in the UK, the Conservatives, on YouTube they uploaded like a music, like a video that's just music. And there's a picture of the Prime Minister Boris Johnson sat on a train, and
Talking about how we need to get Brexit done.
yeah, and it's got like lo-fi hip hop music playing or something with like audio of Boris Johnson talking.
It's actually pretty vibing, not gonna lie.
I couldn't actually believe it when I saw that it was the official Conservative Party's YouTube account.
Have you actually watched the full video?
I'm not watching the full video. I didn't want to.
It's actually pretty good, not gonna lie. Anyway, we're getting off track. Pretty comfy game that you want to play at 1 AM and be chill. Followed by a sequel. I can't remember what year. I think 2010. Called Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise, also for the Xbox 360. Built upon it, added more types of pinatas to the game, regions where you could trap exotic pinatas, some form of basic story. Not much to say, good game as well. Then they made an adaptation for the Nintendo DS called Viva Pinata Pocket Paradise. Top-down like bird's eye view game. Mediocre. Slightly above average, maybe. Better than nothing if you've got nothing else to play, definitely. But not that. But you know, I would rather play the other ones. And then the black sheep of the bunch, if you will, the bad Viva Pinata game is Viva Pinata Party Animals. It is not a gardening
Does
game.
sound bad.
It is. So you know Mario Party, where it's like
God!
Where it's like Mario characters with a bunch of mini games.
You just reminded me of like that. You just reminded me of the video where the guy talks about how Mario Party 7 has bad graphic design.
Right, you know what I mean, right? With Mario characters with mini games.
Yeah.
Party Animals was trying to be Mario Party, but for Viva Pinata. There was more than one mini game, but I can only remember one, and it was the race one, and it was so boring and repetitive and shit. And I bought it when it came out, being so excited, because like, oh more Viva Pinata. How fucking let down I was. There was one other piece of Viva Pinata of the franchise, but it wasn't a game. The Viva Pinata cartoon, which had 2 seasons, and
Is that any good?
As far as I can remember, for what it was, like a kid's cartoon that was, you know, a Saturday morning cartoon. Yeah, it was pretty good. Fergie, that's where Fergie Fudge Hogs comes from. The funny weird guy.
Alright, the
also
intermission's coming up.
I had one more thing to say. Also, one time there were Viva Pinata toys at Burger King in America, and I got one when I was on holiday there, and I've been on the search for it for my house every so often to try and find it. It was a fudge hog. Anyway.
Ready for the intermission? Are we doing the intermission?
Yeah.
The intermission's where you stop recording. Go.
Okay, we are recording. Now.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the... we had an intermission.
Well, we got some...
Take a break, and I've got the questions from Reddit.
Took a good 30 minutes to look for Tom Cock still not found.
we've got the police searching for him.
Yeah. He's eating it. He's eating us out of house and home right now, honestly. Got some questions from Reddit.
Alright. Yeah, I've got the questions from Reddit here.
Brilliant.
Our first question for tonight. It's not a question at all. This one comes in from Jack McDade62. And he says, or she, I don't think Still Game is as good as they say. It's shit. Exclamation mark. Angry face.
I'm not one for being unhinged on the podcast. But listen here, you fucking cunt. Fucking good, okay?
No, do the zoom in on my face again. Oh yeah, I taught him how to zoom in on the camera.
Yeah, finally.
I'm going to find out where you live. I can stop zooming on my face now and put the camera.
Anyway.
Right, so that's our final thoughts on that question. Our next one comes in from Preston the Dog 21. And that is, what's your favourite flavour of ready break porridge?
Chocolate, definitely. Have had it all the time when I was a kid. Chocolate ready break porridge.
Never had a ready break porridge, I can't
Oh my god, it's so good. Not even kidding, bro, it's actually so good. It's actually up there with Crave for some of the best breakfast confections.
I don't remember having Crave.
You've never had Crave? Chocolate pillows. Chocolate squares.
I think I might have. Do you crave the Crave?
I actually do crave right now. But I can't have them. It's part of my diet. And I've actually lost so much weight, Sniff, you wouldn't believe it. Whereas I used to weigh 15 stone.
Jesus.
Do you know how much I weigh now?
13?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I can see the difference on you.
No, yeah, but but no, all jokes aside, I actually haven't. I'm very proud of myself. Anyway, next question, underscore.
Ricardo Mortimer asks, are you Nintendo Switch chads or Xbox virgin?
Well, I own both a Nintendo Switch and an Xbox, so I don't know what that makes me.
The only real consoles I remember having, aside from the Wii, when I was really young, we had 3 original Xboxes floating around in the house.
So you're a Chad. You're an Xbox Chad.
And I've still got an Xbox 360 somewhere that I use occasionally. It provides me with many good memories, and some of my favourite games came out on Xbox. Is that rain?
Where?
I know it's a dehumidifier, but it's still snowing.
Okay, next question.
The real AVGN asks us, what video game have you played that you have hated the most?
Viva Pinata Party Animals.
I think we picked up on that one during the first half.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Okay, how about you?
I'm trying to remember some that I've actually full on hated.
I can think of a game me and your mum played last night that she didn't hate. Away.
I don't really tend to remember things that I hate.
Yeah, 'cause you're bad. Way.
I mean, I don't like battle royale games.
Fair enough.
I don't think that counts.
Neither do I, though, to be fair.
So I'd say Crazy Frog Racer 2. Just because it scares me so much. What other questions have we got on this piece of paper right here? Underdog the Movie asks, what are your thoughts on Underdog the Movie? I haven't seen Underdog the
I
Movie.
saw it a few years back. I saw it a few years back when it was actually out, and it was
I've only ever seen the poster, which you've so kindly shared with me. Where is it? Underdog. The Walt Disney Pictures presents Underdog.
yeah, fucking it was not very good. If I remember. It was not very good. I just remembered it all of a sudden for some reason when you reminded it.
We've already made it to the last of the questions that have been posted here.
Still a small community, will grow soon enough.
Bryce Green. It's nice to see a recurring face. Bryce Green has asked, what are your predictions for the next character in Super Smash Bros? Personally, I think it will be Angry Kid from Angry Kid. Shout out to No Context Angry Kid on Twitter.
Yeah, that's at context_kid for those curious. He posts frequently.
Very frequently.
Yeah, he posts. He totally doesn't just post once, like 8 times in like November, and then like once to the. Anyway, I think it's going to be Happy Gilmore. Don't panic, room. I'm not going to William hurt you. I only want your tango and cash, so pay it over, and we'll all be Happy Gilmore. Oh,
You repulse me.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, no, I think it'll be fucking Wallace and Gromit, but they're like ice climbers.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
But unlikely.
the final smash is Waller just knows Gromit comes through in the fucking like motorbike sidecar plane and shoots porridge at the opponents. And then they get shot through the fucking Nitomatic, I think it was called.
Hang on a second, I can hear scratching. Let me just go let him through.
Is it Preston? I think
This is one of the leg horns that I raised.
My microphone's blocking the view of it.
Queer.
Oh shit, is that a foghorn?
It's a leghorn.
Yeah, foghorn, leghorn.
A leghorn's a breed of
Let me
chicken.
get some movement on the camera for that. Oh damn, that's a beauty.
This is one of the ones that I raised.
That's a beauty. Oh, this camera's a fucking bitch to maneuver.
I had to look after some chickens, some baby chickens for my brother.
Foghorn, leghorn.
I think they were foghorns at least. Leghorns. They're the white chickens. The ones with the white feathers. This one I've got quite a history with. There was this one time I was, because I'd always wear gloves to pick them up because they were a bit dirty. I was holding it in my hand and it just like, I saw its body like moving in a weird way and there's this huge lump of shit dropped.
and then the teeth say like, I get them tell sniff.
Now I put it back in the box with all the other chickens. They had to clean up the shit. Because my dog probably would have eaten it otherwise, because he's a fucking creature.
Oh shit, you see the flashing red light, the camera's battery's getting pretty low.
When I've been wanting to end this thing ever since it started several months ago.
Thank you all.
Remember, if you have any information
On the way
if you have any information about where Tomcat could be, please at TCPod1 on Twitter with information. That's the real Twitter Tomcat podcast.
Say that again for those who didn't hear.
Official TCPod1.
Pod1. That's PODC1. Right?
I think so. Just put in.
And also remember to go to r/TCP where you can leave questions for the next TCP episode.
Can you put that in the description?
Yes.
The link will be in the description to Twitter.
Yes, and also a link to the subreddit.
Not the subreddit. You have to find it.
Oh well, yeah, sure. And don't forget to like, subscribe, view, share, rate 5 stars. Share on Facebook with your family, and also there's a PORN video on PORN Hub called "You Gotta Love These Girls" from a few years back. I want you to find that video and comment TCP sent me here. And that is the end of today's podcast. We will see you soon.
Why is this chicken so huge?